Yesterday, the 8th of 10 head coaching openings around the NFL got filled as the Cleveland Browns announced the hiring of Todd Monken. Monken joins the Browns after 3 seasons as the Ravens offensive coordinator, where he oversaw a Ravens offense that ranked second in the NFL in yards per game over those 3 seasons. It was a mixed bag of emotions reacting online to the announcement of Monken's hiring, of course. And shortly after the news was announced, Myles Garrett posted this famous meme that usually is used to express someone is tired on social media. So one can assume maybe what he was referring to. Do we think his reaction on social media from Myles Garrett, again, one of the faces of the Cleveland Browns, fair or foul? Dio?
I'd say it's foul because Myles had the opportunity to get out years ago. I believe around this time last year, there was a pretty clear declaration that he at least wanted to be out of Cleveland and wanted to be traded. They decided no. He decided to sign, rightfully so, a massive contract and got a ton of money. And so I understand the perspective of bummed, here we go again, starting over. I'm going to lose Jim Schwartz. The reality is Myles had that chance to kind of stand his ground and leave, and he decided to stay.
I think I disagree with you, Dan. I think that, Dan, it's not foul. It's fair because just because you get your money, you got your money because you do your job. Sure. You're looking for the organization to do their job. And when I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns right now, I mean, perpetual losing seasons. They've been in the playoffs twice in the last 23 years. After 2002, they've been in the playoffs in 2020 and 2023. I mean, come on, man. You're looking at the organization and some of the things that they've done and some of the decisions that they made. They're like, damn, you can't get right. Could you do something, please? I'm not going to knock him for getting the money. Not only did he get the money, what did he do? Go out on the field and all-time sack leader in a single season, 23 sacks in a season. The brother shows up. He's considered a monster, one of, if not the best defensive player in the game. He's earned his money. He deserved every penny. And what he's saying is, I'm doing my job. Damn it, will y'all do yours? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And to hire Todd Monken, you know there's some questions about him as an offensive coordinator. You know he's pretty good. He's somebody that forgot to give Derrick Henry the ball on numerous occasions. And you're wondering whether the 60-year-old guy that's going to be 60-year-old is the right fit for this organization moving forward. He has every way he feels.
Maybe he feels this way, though, because Jim Schwartz didn't get the head coaching job. And now this maybe means Jim Schwartz is on his way out. Right. So he's like, all of this.
Thank you for that point, Shay.
Right? All of this makes me upset. And so maybe there's multiple layers to the social media post.
Because he knows they're probably going to lose Schwartz.
Exactly. And that's maybe what he's more tired about.
Let's go to Bill Belichick and talk about his Hall of Fame status, because that's what the story was all day yesterday. Tom Brady chimed in on the absurd fact that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Take a listen to Brady.
I don't understand it. I mean, I was with him every day. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it. And he's incredible. There's no coach I'd ever want to play for. I'd rather play for. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said.
All right, then there were accusations that Kraft had something to do with it. So Robert Kraft comes out with a statement. He says, whatever perceptions may exist about any personal differences between Bill and me, I strongly believe Bill Belichick's record and body of work speak for themselves. He's the greatest coach of all time, and he unequivocally deserves to be a unanimous first ballot Pro Football Hall of Famer. And then there's a fellow Hall of Fame coach. Well, not a fellow one, but a Hall of Fame coach, and that's Jimmy Johnson. Pat McAfee and the boys had him on yesterday on this here network. Take a listen to Jimmy.
Every voter's going to say, I voted for him, which is bullshit. A bunch of them are lying. No one knows the history of the NFL more than Bill Belichick. And it just pissed me off that it wasn't a slam dunk, him going into the Hall of Fame. And, I thought it was going to be an automatic, so I chartered a jet. I was going to go up there. To hell with it, I'm not going this year.
Jimmy! This can't be what this becomes.
Jimmy's boycotting Canton, and a lot of people are upset. Adam, you were fantastic in the first hour breaking this down, but as the texts and the conversations marinate over a day, what do you got, do you think, on this whole situation?
Well, the Pro Football Hall of Fame came out with a statement yesterday saying that they're going to review this and that they're going to hold voters, members of the selection committee, accountable if they believe there are any violation of the voting bylaws. And I think what they meant by that is the fact that all this has been so public this week. These are supposed to be confidential conversations and votes. And here it is with Don Van Natta and Seth Wickersham reporting that Bill Belichick did not get entrance into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a first ballot Hall of Famer. And that triggers a whole swirl of controversy. The Hall of Fame has never looked like this and has never been through a situation where it's gotten this much attention over an issue that has become such a lightning rod issue. So it doesn't look good for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't look good for the voters who did it. And as I said in the first hour, in the brief time that I was a voter in my early 30s, when you were voting, I always remember the veteran voices in that room. Will McDonough, Ira Miller, some of the great people that I was honored to be around. They said, can you write the history of the game without this individual? When you're voting, that's what you think. Can you write the history of the game without this individual? And there's no way to write the history of the game of pro football without Bill Belichick. And yet, here we are, not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Just to clarify for everyone at home, you're not, as a voter, you vote, you do your thing, you're not supposed to speak about it to anybody, right? So then you've got Van Natta and Seth Wickersham, great reporters, the both of them. They get this story before the announcement. That's the violation that the Pro Football Hall of Fame is assuming, that someone leaked the news.
That's correct. That seems to be one of the things that they're concerned about, not to mention the fact that it's made a mockery of the way this vote was conducted. Not only is Bill Belichick denied entry first ballot, which is an egregious mistake, but you also push back the selection of other people because there's one coach that goes in every year. So now, while Tom Coughlin and Mike Holmgren and Mike Shanahan await entry into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, they get pushed back another year because Bill Belichick presumably will get in next year.
And those guys aren't getting any younger. Guys out there in the bus, your reaction to this?
I love the overreaction. And going to Shefty's point on simply, can you write the story of the NFL without Bill Belichick? I'd like to take it. Can you write the story of Star Wars without Darth Vader? Can you write the story of Star Wars without Luke Skywalker? Bill Belichick is the most dominant head coach in NFL history. And you can break it down and try to justify any way you want. The dude has the most Super Bowls, and other first ballot Hall of Fame coaches that got in, he trumps them in statistics and winning the Super Bowl. He was a part of 8 out of the 59 that we've had. He's the most dominant head coach in NFL history, and you absolutely cannot talk about the NFL without talking about Bill Belichick. There was also a time when they won their last Super Bowl to where there's cafeteria conversations like, hey, do you rename the Lombardi trophy to Belichick?
Right.
Like, this is how prominent this dude
But
has
not
been.
worthy of first ballot.
Yeah.
That is, and it's crazy to think, and Shefty, I don't know if you want to shine any light on this, the fact that people make their vote and they're not supposed to tell anybody or talk to anybody about it. I'm sure there was a Hall of Fame vote group chat taking place when you're in it for 3-4 years, but this is clearly the media taking their own personal bias, seeing what's happened with Belichick the last couple of years with the off the field, the North Carolina situation, his relationship situation, and they are bringing that into something that doesn't need to be brought into, and that is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All that stuff does not matter. That is his personal business, how he wants to conduct himself off of the football field. What we're judging right now is what he's created as a head coach, and that is unequivocally should be a first ballot Hall of Fame. So right. It's ridiculous.
You're right too, because some of it's a feeling of this self-righteousness from some of the voters that they're trying to make themselves